Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your girl CG-Hiphop bringing y'all a new album review. And I'm finally about to bring y'all my Kendrick Lamar album review for To Pimp a Butterfly. I know I saw Dead in Hip Hop finally put theirs up, I think, Friday. And I was going to do it, but I decided to wait because I've been having a weekend off vacation for my job. So I just wanted to chill out and relax, listen to good music, get some gaming in, and just relax. So finally, I'm going to give y'all my review. And before I even say anything, this to me, hands down, is probably the best album so far in 2015, hip hop wise. I still feel like Jasmine Sullivan's album, Reality Show, is the best album to come out so far this year. But I feel like hip hop wise, Lupe and Kendrick were like this. And then after I digested the album more, lyrically, I think Lupe's album is better, but I feel like Kendrick's is way more digestible in the sense lyrical wise, and also his theme I thought was better. I thought his album was better put together. Overall, great message, and I think the generation today needed to hear this type of album. And I don't think a lot of the people from this generation are gonna like the album, but it's something that they need to hear. Um, Giving it a rating, I don't know yet, man. I feel like it's a 9.5 out of 10 because it's not perfect yet. I don't want to give it a perfect rating because of the fact that it hasn't sat along with me yet. You know what I'm saying? Where I can be like, that's a classic. You know what I'm saying? I think like a 9.5 out of 10. I don't want to give it a 10, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like it deserves everything that it's been getting, the praise that it's been getting, because the album is just fucking phenomenal. From the instrumentation to the features to the arrangements to how all the album how it strings together, and then at the end you see why he does certain things and says certain things from an artistic standpoint to where he came from Good Kid, Mad City to this album, totally different. The album sounds nothing alike. Section 80 sounds nothing like this album. Good Kid, Mad City sounds nothing like this album. Overly Dedicated, completely nothing like this album. And every one of those albums didn't sound like each other either, which is a great thing. I feel like Kendrick is pushing himself, pushing his artistry, and overall, he's just giving you what he is feeling at the moment. And he's feeling a lot. You know what I'm saying? In 2 years' time, I said in a post, it's time to see where Kendrick is as a man, and also where Kendrick is trying to push the culture. And I think he's pushing the culture in a way where he doesn't know all the answers. He's saying in certain songs that he is human and he makes mistakes like everybody else, and he's no better than anybody else. But also he feels like kind of trapped in between two worlds, between the Cali life that he's used to, Compton, California life, and the star-studded life, and he's trying to find a middle ground in between with all the rest of the stuff that's going on in the world around him, because he's such a big artist, superstar, to where everybody's looking at him wondering what he's got to say about it. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, I'm gonna go through everything. I'm gonna go through the actual song track list, the ones that I like, dislike, and I'm gonna give you my final rating. I'm gonna also kind of touch on certain songs that I thought were genius. First off, we got Wesley's Theory featuring George Clinton, Thundercat. Number two is For Sale, The Interlude. 3 is King Kunta. 4, Institutionalized featuring Bilal, Anna Wise, and Snoop Dogg. Number 5, These Walls featuring Bilal, Anna Wise, and Thundercat. Number 6 is You. 7 is Alright. Number 8 is For Sale, Interlude. Number 9 is Mama. Number 10 is Hood Politics. Number 11 is How Much a Dollar Costs featuring James Fauntleroy and Ronald Isley. Number 12 is Complexion featuring Rhapsody. Number 13 is The Black of the Berry featuring Assassin. Number 14 is You Ain't Gotta Lie, Mama Said. And number 15 is I. And number 16 is Mortal Man. So out of all of these, when you first cut the CD on, Wesley's Theory just pops out of nowhere, and you're like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, for people who have heard a Kendrick album before, you are gonna be your ears are gonna feel like out of place. I think he does that for a reason. This album isn't complacent. It's uncomfortable. And that's a word I can say for this album, uncomfortable. Because once you get comfortable on a song, he switches it, and you're uncomfortable again. And he does that for a reason. On certain songs, he switches the beat up. He changes. He goes from really high to low to depressed to very, very happy, and it's not up and down. Like he's not like he's trying to make it that way, and I felt it all over the album, where he wanted you to feel uncomfortable. He didn't want you to be settled in and like, oh, and I've heard a lot of people say that, like, yo, I was settled into a track, and all of a sudden he just made me feel uncomfortable, and I'm like, he meant for you to feel that way. With songs like which ones is it? Like You, which other ones he did that on? If I'm not mistaken, he did that on Institutionalized. Um, I think he did that on was it All Right, I think, or was it Mama? It's one or the other. He did that on a couple of songs on his album. Wesley's Theory, I love George Clinton's voice on that album. On that song. I thought he was well placed. King Kunta, by far the funkiest track on this mother. Like, this track is crazy. It bumps in the car, and I think this is gonna be his single, because I heard it on Power 98 FM, which is a Charlotte-based FM radio station down here in North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, but I'm nearest to Charlotte, so it was on Power 98, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be his new single. Okay, cool. My favorite track by far is Institutionalized, and then These Walls is right behind it. In Institutionalized, he's talking about being stuck in the hood and being ashamed to say that he's stuck in the hood. You know what I'm saying? He has a line at the beginning of the song where he says, I'm trapped inside the ghetto and I ain't proud to admit it. I'm institutionalized. I keep running back for a visit. Basically saying that he's institutionalized he keeps running back to the same hood that he's from, but he knows that you know what I'm saying? He knows that how can I say it? He knows that where he at is that's home. That's where his heart is at. But he knows that it's not some place where you should be. You know what I'm saying? It's not a place where I'm like, yo, this is not where I want to be at. You know what I'm saying? But this is home. This is where the heart is at. And I fucking love my city, but damn, I see the bad things about where I'm at. And I ain't proud to admit that I'm institutionalized, but I keep running back to it. I love that track. And then it goes into These Walls. And These Walls, he's talking about fucking a woman, you know what I'm saying? Having sex with a woman and her walls, and how he loves her walls. And then the third part of the song turns him into talking about the guy on, I think it's Sing About Me, the guy that killed his friend, going to jail, and he's fucking her girl and his girl, and it's crazy. Like, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I got from this, where that he's talking about the guy who killed his friend, and the woman that he's having sex with was, I guess, his woman or something, and he's fucking her. You know what I'm saying? And then Bilal and Anna Wise's voice, masterful on this joint. This needs to be a single. These Walls would be dope on the radio. Like, dead ass. I love These Walls. These Walls has to be my top track on this album. Then it goes into You. You is probably my second favorite track. I think they go coincide, These Walls and You. You, basically, I don't even know how he did. I want to know how he did that session. What was that session looking like where he recorded You? Because it sounded like he was crying on the track, and it was the beat switched up, and he was like, the You is like the different, like the whole total polar opposite of I, and it's like him and somebody named Lucy was talking to each other, and Lucy was telling him he ain't shit, and this, that, and the other, and making him feel bad about himself, and like You is a crazy track. One of the best tracks on the album, if you ask me. One of the best tracks that shows the most emotion I've ever heard from a rap artist ever. Like well, I ain't gonna say ever, in a minute. I've never heard this type of emotion come from an artist before. And you really like hear, and also you already know he has drinking problems, or he had them at one time. The depression, like this, that it made me feel some type of way where I had to pause the track and get myself together. Like that's how deep that joint was. You is just phenomenal. That is a phenomenal track. Um, then the next joint that we hear is number 8, For Sale. And For Sale is basically like this nice, nifty little soft track and all this. And you're like, what the hell is going on? It's a spoken word piece. Kendrick, and basically this thing called Lucy, and we know Lucy is Lucifer, and Lucifer is trying to pitch or sell Kendrick to, his ways. And he's talking to him and saying, well, you talking about church and all that, but Lucy knows the Bible too. You know what I'm saying? And it's all going back to Lucifer and the depression and all that. I thought that interlude was dope. Hood Politics is one of those bangers that could go on the radio as well. Hood Politics is dope. Republicans and he was like Bloodagans and was it Democrats or something like that. He was talking about that whole concept was just dope. Hood Politics is crazy. That's out of all the songs on this album, Hood Politics is probably the closest you probably will get to Good Kid, Mad City. But it's really dope. How Much a Dollar Costs is my third favorite song on this album, because everybody can relate to seeing a bum outside of the store and him asking you for $1 and you looking at him like, hell no, because I know what you gonna do with it. Like, let me get something to eat. And you looking like, where you gonna find something to eat at for $1 or 50 cents? You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to tell bums, you want something to eat? Come on, come with me and I will get you something to eat. He's like, no, you gotta do it. Why? You said you hungry. Store right there. Let's go get something to eat. I'll go get you something to eat. No, I know what you want to do with it. You want to get high. You want to be fucked up. You want to go to the drug dealer and get my money. Nah, I ain't doing that. Now walk on by. But in this case, he's thinking he's better than the bum, and he's looking at the bum down at him and like looking at him like, no, I work hard for my money. I'm not giving you my money. And then at the end, the man who the bum tells him that he's God. And that just because you didn't give me $1, that you lost your seat in heaven. And I thought that was crazy. I had to re-spin that song. And right after that, there is Complexion, featuring Rhapsody. Rhapsody was perfectly placed on his album. Complexion is a dope. I didn't like too much the beat of Complexion, but the overall theme of the song and Rhapsody's verse killed the song for me. I think Complexion is dope. Of course, everybody's heard Black of the Berry. Crazy song, talking about a whole bunch of hypocritical shit. Don't know if it's really him talking or him talking to somebody else about the situation, but the whole thing at the end about Trayvon Martin weeping. But why was I weeping when last weekend when Trey Martin was, on the ground dead, when being in a gang or make me kill a nigga blacker than me? Like, that shit was fucking phenomenal. That third verse killed it. You Ain't Gotta Lie, Mama Said. I love that song too. That's about actually fitting in and that perception of I gotta do what you do to fit in, and I gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that type of mentality. That joint rocks too. Then we get to I basically is a live version, you know what I'm saying, of and then it turns to the end where he's talking to some cats who's out there fighting in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, acting like ignorant motherfuckers. Then we go to Mortal Man, where he wraps this album up completely with the poem that he's been saying the whole album in little bits and pieces. And then we find out that the poem he was reading it to Tupac. Crazy, I know. Like, and then he has an interview with Tupac at the end. I think that topped the album off, and it was phenomenal. And then when he read the whole thing to him, and then he read another piece, and then he was like, "Yo, Pop, what you think?" And he was like, "Yo, Pop, yo, Pop, yo, Pop," and then the album just cut off. And I thought that was like masterful. Yo, 9.5 out of 10. Should be a 10 out of 10. I'll probably make it a 10 out of 10 later on, but this album is incredible, phenomenal. I got it on Spotify. I bought it on iTunes, and I got the bootleg version. And I want to get the hard copy just so I can bump it in the car. Like, this album is the best album to come out so far this year, hip hop wise. And yo, 2015 has been crazy. This, Luda, Joy Badass, Wale just dropped it 20 minutes ago. Fucking phenomenal music coming out right now, and we got even more coming. It's only March, people, and we got all this great music in one good year. Like, this kills 2014 by a long shot. But anyways, that was my Kendrick Lamar to Pimp a Butterfly review. Make sure y'all comment, subscribe, and you know what I'm saying, do all that good social media stuff. Follow me on Twitter, FunkGirl711. And yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly is so far Kendrick's best album in my opinion. And yo, for anybody who doesn't like the album, I understand why you don't maybe like it. But yo, this album to me was incredible, and I can't wait to see where he goes from here, because he did a fucking left field with this album, but it was needed, man. This right here was needed for the culture, and yo, I can't wait to see what this guy does next. So I'ma holler at y'all, yo. CG-Hiphop out.